What up? What up? What up? YouTube? What up? YouTube? What up? YouTube? This your boy Inosuke Hashibira. This is part two to my previous stream I did called FOMO, which is technically fear of missing out. And I want to do a follow up. I want to do a follow up to this stream. I think that this is a good topic, and this is something I think that. And let me do the invite link for this one. Let me do an invite link. Let me do this invite link for let me see. There we go. Yeah. What up, Albert Ninja man? What's up, man? There we go. Yeah. There we go. If you want to join in with this chat, Upper Ninja, there's a link if you want. If you want to join, mhm. If you want to join, the stream, you can join. Hold on. Let me check my YouTube's. Make sure my live stream is work. Make sure I can see this and see StreamYard at the same time. Yeah. Let me see. A live stream is work. Make sure I can. Oh, there we go. Okay, I see you. So there we go. Whatever word. So yeah, this is part two. This is part two to FOMO, and I really want to address more of this topic. And I think that this topic is kind of important because I think that when you take the red pill or the black pill or whatever pill you take, the thing about this saying, and it can be related to anything. Like people always equate something like, I remember when I was younger, coming up, and when I was younger, one of the things that, because I was an introvert, so like I was like kind of antisocial, which is I take pride in that because I don't like fuck around with many people. I fuck with you MGTOW brothers, but far as fuck with you guys, but everything else, but like parties and trying to fit in with the cool kids, I was never really down with that. And I remember, the couple of friends I had in high school that was like, man, you missing out, you missing out, you missing out, you missing out. But as you get older, and this is something I truly learned that I think I somewhat agree with. And I guess because I'm older now, so I look at shit much different than I would look at it in my early 20s. When I was in my early 20s, I always had that fear of missing out mentality. And I think that there's a correlation with there because when you're in your 20s, especially in your early 20s, when you're in your 20s, or you 18 or whatever, you're young, you still kind of, still trying to figure yourself out, especially in 21. I remember trying to figure life out, trying to figure things out where my life was headed. And I remember, coming up, everybody was telling me, everybody was truly telling me, that you're missing out, right? You're missing out on partying. Like back when I was in high school, I'm not gonna say what high school I went to the dox myself, not to so I don't dox myself, but when like in high school, my friends would invite me to parties, I would never go. And I remember getting very frustrated. Like my friends would try to set me up with girls and stuff like that. And I'm not saying like that my friends would try to set me up with girls and stuff. And to me, that got on my nerves because it's like I never told you to do that. And the reason why I'm making this stream, bro, because I see you guys have responded to the FOMO pretty stream well, and I think that this topic needs to be talked about a lot more. And to me, this is bigger than women. This is bigger than society. It's like society will beat you up, will beat you the fuck down and tell you and say, if you don't have this, or if you don't have a girlfriend, if you don't have a wife, you don't have a family, is missing out, right? You hear people say you hear people say all the time when it comes to families and stuff like that, like, man, having a family is a beautiful thing. And one thing I try to, for me, because like I have a sister and three brothers and my dad, like a sister from my mom and dad, and the three brothers on my dad's side. And being an uncle, one thing about they try to do that. Me, they was like, they'd be like, Inosuke Hashibira. I'm not gonna say my real name. Inosuke, you know, oh, your sister's pregnant again, and she's pregnant with her third child, and your brother's having a kid, and your brother and other brother, one of my brothers stay in Chicago, you know, you know, you know, they're having kids, and don't you want a family? And I tell people no. And the reason why I don't feel like that, because I never really, even when I was 14 years old, I told my dad I never wanted kids, right? My dad told me one time when he was living, he sat me down, he told me he always wanted to tell me, you know what, I want you to have kids, son. I want to have grandkids. And I said, well, I don't want kids, because I knew what I was like coming up. I was not a problem child. I didn't commit any crimes or felonies and all that stuff. But like I was always the problem child. Far as I had a lot of mental issues coming up, major depression, which is my diagnosis, and I have dyslexia. I have a learning disability. I have a lot of mental issues. I really have a lot of issues that affect me mentally, that started my development. So for me, I have to be honest. And I said, to me in general, I'll be selfish. I will be a selfish motherfucker if I sit here and brought a kid into the world knowing my problems, knowing the fact that my son or daughter, if I ever chose to have kids, which I'm never going to have kids, so mine's already made up. If I chose to have kids, that would be their fate. And maybe it would not be their fate. I don't know, but I'm not going to risk it and fucking say fuck it, let's just have a kid because everybody else is doing it. And that's something, the fear of missing out is that people want to beat you down and tell you you're wrong, and they want to shut you up, and they want to do all this other stuff. Upper Ninja, you can um they want to you can join the stream if you want, man. So because I really would like to have somebody to discuss this with, because I think it's kind of cool, but I carry the stream at this point. um so yeah, to me, one thing about me is that I understood that point, even from that point to me. So like on my previous stream of FOMO, I was talking about this YouTuber DCBR thing, and he makes a lot of videos, black pill content, but he makes a lot of content, and I watch his content to get inspired a little bit, because I actually I think some of the topics he talk about actually addresses FOMO. He talks about being a loser and being lonely and stuff like that, and I think that I want to address this too. People, and I'm probably gonna do a separate stream on this too. I might do a stream. I might do it today after the stream today. After the stream, I'm not sure yet. But living alone, or being by yourself, or being alone, and to me, being by yourself is a fucking beautiful thing. And that's another thing of fear missing out. Everybody thinks that they have to have a group of friends, or a group of guys. I'm not against people having friends, because I think I understand to a certain extent where people coming from with this idea, and where people are coming from with this idea, you know, you know, like whatever, you know, makes sense to a certain extent. I get all that. But one thing I try to get people to realize is, like, people try to make it out to be like you need a whole bunch of friends, you need to have this type of experience, you need to experience this, you need to experience that, you need to have a family, you need to settle down, you need to do the things that America to me. But to me, one thing about the red pill, black pill, whatever pill you take, the beauty of it all is that when you walk away, it makes sense. So walking away from something, everybody wants to tell you, you're missing out on this, you're missing out on that. But when you really look back on it, and you look back on your life decisions you made, a lot of people make decisions. A lot of people make decisions based. A lot of people make decisions based off of two things. They make decisions based on two things: society expectations and pressure from their family members, from their friends, from society. They tell you, if you don't get that certain job, or if you don't do this, you don't do that, you're gonna miss this out. And one thing I try to really drive the point home. Maybe this is me talking, but one thing I really try, one thing I try to do, one thing I truly try to do, you know, I try to do, and I really try to, get this point across, and I think it's important, is that a lot of people, ask that truly, a lot of people ask the question, why society, why do we live in a society where FOMO. Why do we live in a society where people capitulate and conform to the norms of society? They can't let you just be an individual, right? And the thing about it is, like, a lot of people will look at MGTOW guys or guys who take the black pill and say these guys are nihilistic, or these MGTOW guys, they talk about being not needing women, and you don't need a woman in your life to be happy. I know that may sound alien to some guys because guys are gynocentric and they're blue pill, and they still thinking with their dicks and they ain't thinking about the stuff. But to me, in general, you don't need a female in your life to be happy. You don't need a family, or you don't need a kid to create a legacy. And I think that FOMO is the reason why we make why a lot of people make decisions based off what they want for their life. And to me, one thing for me, I really try to highlight within myself is that I don't like to make decisions based off FOMO, far as fear of missing out. I make decisions long term and say, you know what, if I make a decision, whether it's a negative consequence or whether it's a positive consequence, I learn to live to accept the consequence. Usually my decisions come out positive, but I think we're living now in a time like FOMO is a subject that nobody wants to talk about. And you won't have to apply to the red pill, but just like dating and relationships, you can just apply to every aspect of your life. Everybody wants to tell you how to live your life, because a lot of these people would tell you, go get that job, go get the house. I'm not against brothers getting a job. I think it's important. But, you know, a lot of people will tell you go out there, work 80 hours a week and all these other people. But a lot of people will tell you that. A lot of people will tell you go out there, get a girlfriend, and you find out the grass is greener on the other side. My father used to tell me coming up, when I was coming up with society, when I was coming up growing up. My dad used to tell me that people always think the grass is greener on the other side. And a lot of times you hear these black pill incel guys talk about, man, not black people, but like incel guys say, man, if I get a girlfriend, everything will change. And they still feel the same fucked up. They still feel the same way. They still feel pitiful and miserable at the same time. Even though they got what they wanted, they realize it's not what they wanted, right? And I think that's a subject that's a type of mentality of like fear of missing out, right? People always want to lecture you and tell you you're wrong for thinking the way you think, or people want to tell you people want to tell you what to think and how to operate, and how I operate, how I really feel about most of my shit, how I really feel about this subject is that, to me, what makes it truly interesting is that, to me, I think I wish I wish, especially even young cats, guys, millennial men, just start realizing like, yo, you don't have to capitulate and conform to what society wants from you. To me, FOMO is not just that. FOMO is society telling you what you want, what you need, right? Society is telling you need a 5 bedroom house, but if it's just you by yourself, why you can't live in a 3 bedroom apartment, right? If society tells you you need this Mercedes Benz, why don't you just buy a used car to get you from point A to point B? You know what I'm saying? It's everybody always trying to drive you to become something you should not want to be. And when you look at FOMO, what makes it an interesting subject is that a lot of people will tell you flat out, man, this is wrong, and you should be capitulating and conforming to what society wants from you, man. And the sad part is that we have gotten to this point where everybody wants to play this long game, right? Everybody wants to, let's just say, everybody wants to shame you for living a certain life, right? If you don't have a girlfriend, or if you're in your early 30s and you're in your 40s and you don't have kids, they always shame you and say, "Oh, what's wrong with you? You can't get women, or you hate women, or whatever." And the thing is, maybe that man made his mind up and choose not to have kids, and maybe he realized having a kid is overrated, or maybe he saw his father or his grandfather or his brother or his uncle or his nephew, or maybe he's seen the reactions, or seen negative experiences that they have had with kids, not the kids themselves, but far as the mother of the child, whether it's a boy or girl, whether the mother gave birth to a boy or girl, doesn't matter the gender of the child. And maybe they saw that, and maybe they said, fuck this, I don't want that. And I think that to me that makes sense, because what's so sad, at the same, what's truly sad, what is truly sad is that we have gotten to this point where this is what it is, right? And everybody wants to tell you, and everybody wants to censor you and talk to you, and talk down to you and say, well, you ain't got a girlfriend, so you're a loser, you're an angry incel. And let me just say this too, to address my incel brothers out there, because I do feel for those guys, man. Like, I feel for them in a way, but in a way I don't feel for them, because like these guys seek female validation. And one thing I learned about, if you learn anything about female validation, is how they're overrated. Sex is overrated. Relationships and dating, how they're overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never had it easy with women, but looking back on my life now, and the lack of experience I had with women, I consider it a blessing, because now I don't have the same issues and the same problems that most guys have. I admit it. I'm an ugly motherfucker. I'm ugly. And a lot of people will sit here and want to sit here and try to act like it, and keep gym max and look max, and they keep trying to, sell themselves short. They keep trying to, what you call it? They want you to sit there and feel sorry for yourself because you was born with shit genetics. Like, let's be honest, most of us was not born with a genetic talent. We was not born with the arm of a Tom Brady, right, or the arm of a Patrick Mahomes, right. Most of us not born with a skill that can grant us millions of dollars, right. Most of us can't dunk a basketball, let alone dribble a basketball. Most of us can't, we probably play up a basketball, is a different story. But the thing is, we don't have the skills to be a professional athlete. And you know what? I'm cool with that. I don't find a shame with that. And I think we're living now in a time, we're living in a place where society wants to tell you that, if you don't have these things, if you got shit genetics, if you're an average looking guy, you're a sub five, which is technically average, your average male, you know, you ain't shit. And that's, to me, is the sad part. That's truly the sad part. That's true. That's true to the sad part. That's true to the sad part about all of this, man. And for me, is that's the truth. That's true to the sad part. And that, to me, that's true to the sad part about where we are at. And the thing is, it's so sad that we have gotten to this point where that's where it's at, and that's where we are at today. And a lot of people ask that legit question, saying, "Well, how come things are so bad, and how did it get to this point?" And to me, one thing I really try to get these guys to realize, I want these guys, these incel dudes, guys, or guys who do identify as incel, to realize that, so what? So what? You got shit genetics. So what? Women don't find you attractive. So what? Find a different hobby. Find something to do. Like, and that's what I'm trying to say when I heard this YouTuber, which is what made me want me to do the first FOMO, fear of missing out. He was talking about, I'm a loser and I never going to get a girlfriend and I'm going to die incel. And he was talking about this guy in his 40s on disability and shit like that. And he's a loser and he's balding and it's like that. And women don't find him attractive. And I think that if men really change their mindset, who gives a fuck, right? Like, this is where I'm with Renegade One. It's like, this is what I'm saying. I'm more black pill now than red pill, even though I still agree with the red pill. I agree with most, but not most, but not all of the red pill philosophy. But I'm just not. I'm done talking about females, right? For me, I want to talk about men actually valuing themselves and not going through that rigamous bullshit where they, put themselves through this bullshit and they realize, like, man, I can't do this, I can't do that, or whatever, and I'm ugly and everything. And I want men to start valuing themselves, because I think that if we value ourselves, we go into it. Um, Let me see, because I think I'm done with I'm done. I think I'm done now. Upward Ninja, if you want to join. I mean, if you want to join the stream, go. The link to join the stream is in the chat. Is in the chat box. So um, join it if you want to. I'm waiting if you want to join, and if you don't want to join, just type in the stream. Um, you want to join or not? Hold on, I'll be back. I'll be back. joining. Okay. Um, since since I'm done right now. Since I'm done. It was a great topic. I wanted to make this thing short and brief. I was hoping Upward Ninja join the stream, but that's it. I might do a part three to this. I think I might do a part three. I might do a part three, or I might do a different topic. But this your boy, Nosuke Hashibura, and peace. I'm out. Love you guys. MGTOW for life.